how life changes as you get older and you go through life. If you were to ask me the last time I went out on my motorcycle, people would laugh. My Harley Davidson. This friend of mine, and I won't mention his name, but this friend of mine, very good friend of mine, a lot of people, I'm a big outdoorsman. Well, are you a big outdoorsman? Well, yes, I'm a big outdoorsman. Openly say on this platform, I would be shockingly jealous, but the priorities shift as you get older. You are going to your son's baseball game if you're a good father, and this guy is a great father. All right, now, welcome back here to Gallagher's Grip, the lovely Gallagher's Grip studio on the south side of Chicago, where we speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And this episode, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a little bit different than some of the other episodes that we have done in the past. We are going to get a little bit more real here. We're going to get a little bit more human here. This episode is going to be about how life changes as you get older and you go through life. This is where this episode stemmed from. I have got a very good friend of mine who is a police officer, and him and I always go back and forth via texting, and we see each other a couple of times a year. But as you know out there, I have got 2 children, and with 2 children comes a massive amount of responsibility. With basketball and coaching and baseball and soccer, et cetera, you find that your love for things, your wants, your needs, as a man certainly, and without question as a woman, starts to dwindle down and get more focused on your children. And the bickering, if you will, 2 guys bickering at each other, all in good fun, is he's a huge Harley Davidson guy, okay, just like me, okay? But if you were to ask me the last time I went out on my motorcycle, people would laugh, right? Although there's one right here in the studio, you would laugh at me, right? Oh, a true Harley Davidson guy. He's out there when there's 6 inches of snow on the ground doing whatever he needs to do. I love my Harley Davidson, and I love being on a motorcycle, and I have been doing it for years and years and years. This friend of mine, and I won't mention his name, but this friend of mine, very good friend of mine, just had his first baby, and God bless him, and all the congratulations one can receive goes out to him, certainly from everybody here at Gallagher's Grip. And the playfulness between 2 guys has always been, Daniel, I'm going to be able to ride my Harley no matter what. I married a great girl, and this is going to be great, and so on and so forth. And I got to the point now where I just I hold up signs. I'll just hold up signs that say you're in for a rude awakening, or just keep me posted on how things change, etc. And as a man, you don't want to admit that things change, and or a woman. But look, I have got 2 kids, and I cannot remember the last time that I actually went out in the woods. And a lot of people, I'm a big outdoorsman. Well, are you a big outdoorsman? Well, yes, I'm a big outdoorsman. Right now, as I'm doing this podcast, it is November 2nd in the state of Illinois. Where do you think I would want to be as an outdoorsman? That is right. 25 feet up in the air, ready to rock and roll. My point is, with this good friend of mine, is that he keeps on coming back to me and telling me that his life is not going to change. There's nothing going to happen. It's going to be the same. It's going to stay the same. Nothing's going to happen. And he is going to absolutely be going on his 10 motorcycle trips a year. He's going to absolutely be doing the things that he has loved since he was a kid. Well, I don't think so. Now, in instances where that could be true, I give him the biggest man hug in the world, and I will openly say on this platform I would be shockingly jealous. But as we go back and forth and bicker, I start to realize, well, wait a minute. It's not that you can't do the things that you want to do. It really reverts to you almost don't want to do the things that you want to do. And let me clarify. I was at a football game yesterday for my daughter, and the day before was Halloween, and I was out all night long with them, trick or treating, et cetera, and God bless. And the next day we had basketball. Well, today is Sunday, November 2nd, and I am doing a podcast. And then after this, I have got a laundry list of items that I have to do for work and also around the house. The last thing that I'm thinking about is the things that I want to do. And what I'm trying to ultimately say is the priorities shift as you get older, and your mindset and your wants shift. And I'm finally trying to get that across to this particular friend of mine, saying, listen, if it's between a Harley Davidson trip or going to your son's baseball game, well, I got news for you, buddy. You are going to your son's baseball game if you're a good father, and this guy is a great father. You prioritize. You start to prioritize, and you prioritize your children. You prioritize your children's sports. You prioritize spending time with your family and spending time with your kids, and all of these things that you love. They'll be in your heart, and maybe one day you'll start to be able to do them more and more and more as your children get older, or you could do them with your children. But in a lot of cases, you can't. And it's amazing to me just how life shifts. You know, I heard a guy one time say to me, you know what, Daniel, we do things based off of our age. If you are 20s, you do 20-year-old things. If you're in your 30s, you do 30-year-old things. If you're in your 40s, you do 40-year-old things. And when he said that to me, I was probably in my late 20s, and I'm yeah, okay, I get it. Well, now I'm 45 years old, and the reality is he was so dead on correct, it was unbelievable. When I was in my 20s, I was out partying like most other 20-year-old kids, working, partying, having fun, living life, college, et cetera, et cetera. And then you get in your 30s, and you take your career seriously, and you start to get more focused and narrow-minded, and you try to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish in your late 20s and early 30s and throughout your 30s. But man, I'll tell you, you come home a little earlier when you're in your 30s. You start to you start to question where you're going and who you're going with, and should you drive separate? Should you not drive separate? And you start to really think through, the situations that you're in and what you don't want to be in, if you do go with somebody. But then your 40s come, and it just seems like everything changes. The big paper, page turns, and you find yourself saying, well, wait a minute. I'm 45 years old. What do I have? Where am I at? What about retirement? Where are my kids at? Can I still do the things I want to do? Can I still afford the things I want to afford? Do I have time? And it's amazing to me how time just gets eliminated from your schedule when you have children. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. Trust me. I love my kids to death. I love being with them. I love coaching them, but for the basis of this particular, topic, to me, both man and woman, it's amazing to me how many things change when you do get older and a family does come into the mix. It's amazing to me how things truly change in your mind, what you prioritize and why you prioritize them. Because the truth is this, the man I'm talking about, he doesn't know it yet. He just had a newborn baby. And I remember the first year of my life having a newborn baby. I could honestly say I probably slept for a total of 5.5 hours throughout the course of 1 year. Just giving you a fun analogy there, but the sleep depression was at an all-time high, and it is shocking what parents go through when they have their newborn, and you find yourself saying, well, God, can I do this again? Can I do this again? And you're at the point where you're looking at your child, and you're thinking, well, I'd love to give him a sibling, her a sibling, so you do it again, and the clock starts all over again. I'm for families, I'm 100% for children, and I'm 100% being with your kids and living every single moment of life that you possibly can with your family. But boy, isn't it funny how it changes? Isn't it funny in your 40s, you want to get home a little earlier, or you really plan out what you're going to do and when you're going to get home, and most importantly, who you're going to be with and why. And you start to really overanalyze the situation, and you start to really think through what you're going to do. It changes. Life changes. It's life, it's life. And everybody listening to me right now realizes that. Now, I will say this to the younger group: live it up. Live it up. Yesterday, I thought I was in my 20s. I'm 45 years old, and all my friends are in and around the same age as me. It's shocking how fast it does go. You hear the people say, well, you know what? Blink of an eye, you'll be 50. Blink of an eye, you'll be 60. Well, when you're in your 20s, you think that they're crazy. But oh my God, holy shit, is it true? It goes by in a blink of an eye. Spend as much time with your kids and your family as humanly possible. Do the things that you love. Do the things that you love with your kids. What I'm noticing, though, is that when my children get older, my son's a little bit older now, so he can go out into the woods with me. He can do things with me now, and we enjoy it together, which I don't think there's anything more special than that. I do things with my daughter out there now. She's 6 years old. We do things together, and we enjoy the things that we all like to do together. It's life. You get older, things change, you change, your priorities change, and it's very common. Everybody knows it. Everyone goes through it. But I had to speak about this particular topic because it is amazing to me just how hell-bent he is on, no, it's not going to change. And I absolutely am going to do the things that I want to do. And I am not going to change. And I'm a big Harley Davidson guy. And if I'm a big outdoor hiker, I'm going to do my 30 hikes a year, et cetera, et cetera. No, you're not. And I don't say this in a negative way. You're not going to do the things that you love to do as often as you have done them without having children. I promise you that you will not. And if you do, then either A, your wife is an absolute the selfless rock star, or you just don't give a shit. And that really is the truth, it's my opinion. You guys can think and feel and comment how you will, but I can tell you this, when I see the comments out there on these particular topics, you could easily tell who's in their 20s, who's in their 30s, who's in their 40s, and it just, to me, it's amazing how life changes, and it's amazing how fast you find yourself getting older. And it's amazing how your priorities change and what you hold dear to yourself versus what you no longer hold dear to yourself when you were in your 20s or your early 30s. And you find yourself just trying to, capture or fight. You're almost fighting for the things that you love to do, on a daily basis, just so you can do them. Look, folks, if you follow me, I'm a big outdoorsman. All right. Being outdoors and being in the woods and going after and trying to harvest some of these animals. The reality is, as a man, it's wonderful. However, when you're trying to put stuff together and make stuff happen, when you're out there and it's nice and quiet and you got the sun coming up and you hear the birds chirping and the woods come alive. Well, the problem with me is I start to think about all the stuff that I should be doing. Spending time here going after this animal or doing this or doing that, et cetera, et cetera. Oh my God, I need to be with my children. I got to do this. I got to do that. And it's like, well, wait a minute here. It's very difficult to take the time for yourself. And my point is this. It's like to the American men out there, just continue forward with what you're doing with your family and bring your family into the mix. Bring your family into the things that you love to do. Don't give up on your loves in your life. Don't give up on what you want to do, what you love to used to do. I believe that you should bring your family into the mix and see if they're interested in it, but continue to live your life. You need to continue to live your life and be happy, because God damn, this life goes by so quick and so fast. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Live your life.